Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the RNC Chairman, Reince Priebus.
Man, it's great to be back in Wisconsin again. Hey, Wisconsin, how does it feel to win? Even better, how does it feel to win twice? I think we had a recount, and after we spent all kinds of money and went through the process, Donald Trump picked up even more votes than when he started. Well, you have to admit now, the only thing you all know how to do in Wisconsin for the Republican Party and conservative candidates is win. That's all you do is win. Now we got to make sure the Packers keep winning, right? So that we can get back to the Super Bowl. Well, you guys have a lot to be proud of. You've got a great organization here, the Trump campaign, the Republican Party, everyone together. The reason it worked was that we were a team. Everybody, and Brad Courtney and Pete Meacham, Sean Duffy's organization, the entire team did something that was so special. And it couldn't have happened without everyone here. I want to thank you. I want to thank the people of Wisconsin for once again, as you've been doing year after year after year with that great governor named Scott Walker, is win. But pave the way to the future. It started here in Wisconsin. It started with that Walker Revolution, with that huge victory, and Act 10, prevailing wage, all the things that Scott got done with Republicans in the legislature, paving the light of freedom for the rest of the country. And that night, when the exit polls came out and we weren't sure how things were going to go, it was Wisconsin that brought it home for the United States of America. And it was the battle for freedom that was won once again in the Badger State. And you did it. And when President-elect Trump walked up to that stage, he talked about the future of this country and the kind of president that he would be. That he would be a president for all Americans, no matter who you are, where you come from, what your gender, your race, your background, it didn't matter. Donald Trump was going to be for you, and together we're going to make America great again. And don't forget the things that he promised: a strong America, tax reform, repeal and replace Obamacare, repeal those executive orders, begin the process of eliminating and defeating ISIS once and for all across the world, securing our southern border once and for all, you all did it. You did it here in Wisconsin, once again, paving the way for America. We're so proud to be from this awesome state. We're so proud to have all of the battles that we've fought together and won year after year after year. And we're proud, and I'm proud, to introduce the person that helped launch this revolution, one of the greatest governors in the state of Wisconsin, our governor, my governor, the man we're so proud of. Please welcome Governor Scott Walker.
Good evening. Hey, thanks, Dave. I love that flag over there. Thanks, Dave Zine. You know, freedom, endowed by our Creator, defined by our Constitution, but defended each and every day by the men and women who proudly wear the uniform of these United States. Let's thank all of our veterans here tonight. I was just in Afghanistan last week speaking to our troops there and in Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, and Germany. And I got to tell you, one of the best news for them, particularly in that hot spot in Afghanistan, don't let anybody fool you. It is still a difficult place for our men and women in uniform, but one of the greatest pieces of news when they heard that our next president was nominating General Jim Mattis to be the next Secretary of Defense. They were pumped up because they knew this was a leader who was going to make decisions based on security and military and not political decisions. That's why we needed a new president and a new vice president who are going to lead this country forward, and that's one of the best decisions they've made thus far. And I want to tell you, what a great crowd. We came in. I know there's still people coming in, but once again, Wisconsin led the way this last November. Thank you to all of you here. Think about it. I look around this crowd and I think back 6 years ago, you helped us transform this state. In November of 2010, you sent us as a new governor. You helped elect a new lieutenant governor. You elected Ron Johnson and Sean Duffy and new majorities in the Assembly and the Senate. And then a week later, we said it's put up or shut up time, and we delivered on our promises. You helped us do that. In fact, you helped us deliver on those promises so well, we didn't just win in 2010. We won again in 2012, or we won again in 2014, not just in the recall and the re-elect, but in the state assembly and the state senate. Those common sense conservative reforms worked so well, we added seats in 12 and in 14, and again last month in 2016 to one of the largest levels of Republican majorities we've had in our state's history. And we did it because common sense conservative reforms work. In fact, today, if you're getting your property tax bills, be thankful that a median valued home in this state is you're paying on average $116 less than you would have 6 years ago before we took charge. And now we have an incredible opportunity, thanks to the voters in this state, by sending a new president and vice president along with a House and a Senate to take some of that common sense conservative reforms from Wisconsin and apply it to Washington, where they desperately need more common sense. You know, think about this. For the first time since Paul Ryan and Reince Priebus and I, which, by the way, people ask us, what happened? We all grew up in south central Wisconsin. Paul was in Janesville. I was in Delavan. Reince was just outside of Kenosha. They say, what was in the water? I tell them it was beer. It wasn't water, it was beer. But you think about that. For the first time since Reince and Paul and I were in school, Wisconsin went Republican for president for the first time since 1984. You helped change America. And we didn't just win the hearts and minds of the voters, we even won the next generation. My son Alex here tonight is the chair of the College Republicans for the state, and 18 to 24-year-olds went. Majority of them, or the plurality of them, we won for Trump and Pence and for Ron Johnson for the United States Senate. Now, with your help, we elect Trump and Pence as our next president and vice president of the United States. We sent Ron Johnson back to the United States Senate. We elected Mike Gallagher to the Congress in the Northeast for the first time. We sent back great people like Sean Duffy to the Congress, along with Glenn Grothman and Jim Sensenbrenner and the rest of the team to do the job. And then you're going to hear in a moment for the man who's going to help in the Congress lead the way so that this president and vice president can work together with the House Republicans, Senate Republicans, and make things happen in this country. I'm excited about the possibility because I know with tax reform, with national security, securing our border, reforming our government, putting the power back in the hands of the people in the states, and more important, in the hands of each and every one of you, that's going to happen because we've got a team in Washington that shares the kind of common sense reforms we've enacted here in this state. And one of the key people who's going to make that happen is our next speaker, the Speaker of the House, my friend, your friend from Janesville, Wisconsin, Paul Ryan. Hey, Wisconsin, how about it, huh? Oh my gosh! Is this not so cool? Is this not incredible? It was before I had my driver's license the last time Wisconsin went Republican. This is amazing. Here's what I want you to know. Because of the hard work of the people in this room, you are helping us get this country back on track. I want to thank Donald Trump. I want to thank Mike Pence for helping Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, the Midwest finally see the light of the day and put a Republican back in the White House. I also want to thank you for sending us Ron Johnson back to the United States Senate. Ron Johnson's here with us tonight. We have got so much work to do, and I got to tell you something. The last 8 years, they have not been fun or pleasant years in Washington. The last 8 years with Barack Obama have been years of divided government. And that is why we're so excited about having 4 years of a unified Republican government to rebuild our military, to reform our tax code, to clean up the regulations, to repeal and replace Obamacare, and to get people working in this country again. That's why we're here. That's why we're so thankful. Join me in saying thanks and in welcoming a man from the heart of the conservative movement, a man from the heartland itself, a person we're going to be so proud in just about a month to call our Vice President of the United States. Join me in welcoming the next Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence. All right, go get him.
Hello, Wisconsin. I'm Mike Pence. I'm from Indiana. And because of your support, your hard work, and your prayers, 37 days from today, I am deeply humbled to say it will be my honor to raise my right hand and take the oath of office to serve as Vice President of the United States of America. I came here tonight on behalf of my little family, first just to say thank you. Thank you for the honor to serve. But mostly I'm here tonight as a fellow American to say thanks to the people of Wisconsin. Thank you for voting to make America great again on November the 8th. Thank you, Wisconsin, for doing your part to make Donald Trump the 45th President of the United States of America. He did it. And we have all of you to thank. Thanks to you, America will finally have a president who will rebuild our military, restore the arsenal of democracy, provide our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard with the resources and training they need to accomplish their mission, and we will have a commander-in-chief who will hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Thanks to you, we'll have a president who will stand with the men and women who serve in law enforcement across this nation at every level. We will provide them the resources and the tools to protect our families and go home safe to theirs, and we will have a president who will not rest until we restore law and order to every city and every community in this land. And thanks to you. Thanks to you, we will have a president who will fight every day to make the American economy great again. In just 37 days, we'll have a president who will repeal Obamacare lock, stock, and barrel and replace it with free market solutions to health care reform. We'll have a president who will cut taxes, roll back excessive regulations, and repeal every single unconstitutional executive order signed by Barack Obama. And thanks to you. Thanks to you, we'll have a president who'll put American workers and American jobs first. We'll have trade deals that work for the American people first, and we'll fight every day to make sure that trade means jobs, but trade means American jobs. And thanks to you. And thanks to you, we're going to at last have a president who will enforce the laws of this nation for the citizens of this nation. We will build a wall, uphold our laws, and end illegal immigration once and for all. And thanks to you. And thanks to you, we're going to have a government as good as our people again. We're going to have a government in Washington, D.C. that works every day for the people of this country and not the special interests. We're going to have a president who works with the Congress to reform our ethics laws, and we're going to drain the swamp. And lastly, and thanks to you, we're going to have a president of the United States who will make appointments to the highest court in the land, that will uphold the sanctity of life, our Second Amendment, and all the God-given liberties enshrined in the Constitution of the United States. Thanks to you. So I'm really here to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for giving America a new president. Thank you for giving America a new president whose strength, whose vision, whose leadership will make America great again faster than you could possibly imagine. So I say with a grateful heart that it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to all of you across the great state of Wisconsin the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to London, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say